Well, here it is. Genuine. Emphasis on genuine Curacao Blue liqueur. Now, some of you might think, oh, I got that before at the local liquor store. No, you didn't. Believe me. You have to have genuine Curacao liqueur. That was emphasized to me. And the main way, or probably the only way to really make sure it's genuine, get it on the island of Curacao, where we just were a few weeks ago, my wife and I, and we stopped by the distillery that makes this genuine Curacao Blue. Oh, actually, it comes in different colors. I mean, but they all taste the same. They use natural food coloring, but with no, it has no effect on the taste whatsoever. So I got a blue and I got an orange. Now, the reason why this liqueur, which many people, many people, and it's already won prizes, consider maybe the best liqueur in the world, is from the quality of its orange peels. Let me give you a brief history. Then I'm going to make a margarita from this blue liqueur, this Curacao Blue. But basically, just to give you a quickie history, the Spaniards, who first settled the island of Curacao, which now belongs to Holland, or well, it's part of the Kingdom of Holland, whatever. Anyway, they planted in the 15th century Valencia oranges, and Valencia oranges, from Spain, are pretty good oranges. I'm sure many of you've had it, or even if you had it, it was grown in California or wherever. But here's the problem. Curacao is so far south in the tropics that when they tasted the resulting oranges, absolutely horrible. Very sour. It was so bad that even the goats wouldn't eat it. Now, I sort of know about that because I lived in Puerto Rico and we had an orange tree, and I'm telling you, the oranges were horrible. The reason for this is very simple. Oranges need a little bit of cold weather. We have like cold snow. Our winters here in Florida aren't usually too bad, but we do have cold snaps. Anyway, that cold weather, as long as it's not too extreme, it causes the trees to produce sugars, and it goes into the fruit, which makes it sweet. But you don't have that in Curacao. There's no cold snaps down there. So what happened was, the Spanish were kind of ticked off. They had already did big plantings of the Valencia oranges on Curacao. I think they called it the result Laranja, which could be rotten or really bad tasting in Spanish. Well, I don't know. But what happened was, fast forward about 2 centuries to the late 1700s, and people discovered, even though the pulp, the fruit, was really bad news, bitter, bad tasting, the peel resulted in very nice aromatic smells and oils and stuff. So they processed the peels only, not the fruit, for the oils and the fragrances. Now, fast forward another 100 years to the late, I think like right around 1896, a family, the senior family, decided, hey, you know what? Let's take those same peels and see if we can distill them and make a liqueur out of them. And lo and behold, that's what the result was Curacao Blue liqueur. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it, I'm going to prepare it today and drink it tomorrow. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this bottle here, give it a quickie taste. Okay, I got the Curacao Blue open. Now to give it a taste test, just a little bit. Ooh, love that color. Maybe a little bit more. No, that's it, because I want to really enjoy it as a margarita tomorrow. But let me see how it tastes. Wow. a very, you know, one problem I have with all these videos that, tell you how things taste, you know, you, by words, it's hard to relay it, but it's got a very complex, taste. I mean, I can detect orange, but now here's the thing. I was expecting like, oh, it's really bitter, the orange. Maybe it's got like a bitter taste to it. No, not at all. It's actually a little bit sweet. Let me. Oh, this is really, you have to try it for yourself. But I can understand why many people consider this the best of all the liqueurs. This is really, really, really good. Okay, listen. The main thing is I'm going to put it together. Now, what happened was, one thing I got to tell you, just to let you know how bad those oranges are, the pulp. I asked our tour guide at the distillery. I says, well, do they at least, take the pulp of the orange on the inside and, put it back in the ground, for fertilizer? And she told me, she says, the pulp of the orange is so horrible, even the soil rejects it. So no, they don't do it. They throw it away. Only the peel is used, and it is very. I'm smelling. Yeah, I can understand how aromatic they like it. So now what I'm going to do is, when we were on our cruise that same day, somebody, I remember, he was from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. He gave me a recipe for making a terrific margarita. And so what I'm going to do now is use that recipe he gave me and put it together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it in a blender and then put it in a pitcher and overnight leave it in the freezer. Now, the freezing point of alcohol is minus 174. So, as he told me, it shouldn't freeze solid or anything like that. It'll be a nice, pleasant slush. So, let's put it together. I'll show you the formula he gave me and see if it works. I'll find out tomorrow. All right, so the recipe the guy aboard the ship, the guy from the Outer Banks of North Carolina, gave me was 1 can of water, 1 can of margarita mix, 3/4 can of tequila, and 1/4 to 1/2 can of Curacao, or whatever liqueur I'm using. Now, this is a 16.9 ounce bottle of water. I got it up to this line here. Maybe it's about 12 ounces. The exact amount, what counts as the proportions. So I'm going to do equal proportions of, since it's 1 can each, of water and margarita mix. That's what I'm going to use here. So here, pour the margarita mix. There we go. You know what? I've got a funnel. Let me use that. Funnel definitely makes it easier. So let's just get it right up to the same level as the water. So it's equal parts water and margarita mix. That's it. Put that in a blender. Then about 3/4, he said 3/4 of a can, so I'll just put 3/4 level of tequila in here. And I got El Padrino, spicy cucumber, a little spiciness. So here we go with the tequila. This is the liquor part. This is so that it, and the good news is, like I said, liquor, 174 below zero freezing point. So I don't think we're going to have a solid. Okay, so he said about 3/4 filled with that. Oop. All right, that's good enough. Now he said 1/4 to 1/2 full with the liqueur, but since I really like the taste of that liqueur, plus I want to make sure we have that blue color, I'm not going to do 1/4. I'm going to do halfway up to the level here, so it'll be right about, should be right about here, this level here, this level. Be careful here. Ooh, I love that blue color. Like I said, the color, the natural color is transparent. This is natural coloring they add. Let's see, a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. So wait, maybe a little bit more. Come on. Yeah. And by the way, it looks like I'm actually doing this because for my Thanksgiving dinner, I want to make 2 pitchers of this. So I have plenty of blue left over. And if I run out of that, I've got the Curacao orange, which tastes exactly the same. So here. So we add the blue. And now what I'm going to do is blend it all together in my blender, put it in a pitcher, and just let it sit overnight. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? And now, the moment I've been waiting for ever since I put the Curacao Blue Margarita mix in the freezer yesterday. Remember, it consists of of course, the Curacao Blue Margarita mix, tequila, and water. So first thing I want to do is see, it's frozen, but it's slushy. So see, so what I'm going to do, scoop some out, put it in my margarita glass. Now I know there's some purists out there with sharp eyes. They say, hey, where's the salt on the rim? Hey, you know what? I'll do that for our Thanksgiving dinner. But for right now, I just want to see how this tastes after everything's been, put together. So I will do the salt routine on the rim. Yes, I know. Now, the only thing about it is, I think it's a little too, it's not too liquidy. Now, I'm sure if I leave it sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes, it will be. But let me just see. Maybe maybe the warmth of my mouth will be enough to melt this. Let's see. Let's experiment. Melts it in my mouth. Oh my God. Melts in my mouth. No problem. It's like slush. It's like a slurp. It's like a Slurpee on steroids with a real kick to it. And it is absolutely. You know what? Forget slushies. This is so much more refreshing than any slushie I ever had. And I haven't had many because they're a little too sweet for me. Now the taste of it. You could definitely taste the Curacao Blue, but it's mixed with the margarita mix and the tequila. It is. I would. Oh, look! As I'm talking to you, you see that? Look how slushy it's getting just from the warmth of my hand. So you know what? The melting thing is not a big problem. It either melts in your mouth, or you just put it there and in like less than 1 minute. You see that? As I'm talking to you, I don't know if you could see that. It's slushing around, but it is so refreshing. Let me get another. Yeah, definitely had liquid coming in. Yeah, definitely. You know what? I think this is the most refreshing drink of any kind I've ever had. It's so delicious. I'm so glad that guy gave me that recipe on the boat after, I think it was in the same day that I picked up the Curacao Blue. So this margarita mix had some lime in it, so you definitely taste a little bit of that. This worked out so nicely, so nice. Man, the people at my Thanksgiving party are going to be so happy they're not going to believe how good this is. A few of them will be watching this video, so they won't. They can't wait until Thanksgiving, November 24th, by the way, gang. So this is going to be incredible, and Thanksgiving is going to be incredible too, because not only are we going to have, I'm going to do. You know what? I'm going to do 2 pitchers. I'm going to do 2 pitchers of these margarita. I got plenty. I still have plenty left over. I've got more than enough for. I think I have enough for about another 5-6 pitchers. So I'm going to do 2 more pitchers Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving we're going to have this. We're going to have smoked turkey, which is absolutely incredible, nice and juicy. If you never smoked a turkey before, highly recommend it. I do it on my Weber grill. And on top of that, I'm going to sous vide another turkey. So we'll have plenty of turkey, no matter how many people show up. Actually, sort of want to keep it limited, you know. It's limited space here, but this is, they're going to be so happy. Nice and liquidy, and look, let me see here. As I'm talking, right in here in the pitcher. So what's going to happen is when I have my party, we're also got this pitcher sitting by, and that's turning into liquid pretty quick. So, by the way, the guy that gave me the recipe, he was right. He says, "Don't worry," because I was worried, like maybe it's gonna be frozen chunks, you know, like ice. No, this is look at that, already pretty melted. It's gonna be even better when I have the salt rim. You know who loves margaritas? He got a big giant margarita. I remember him saying that. Is Charles Henriksen. Pastor Charles Henriksen loves margaritas. Too bad. Charles, if you can make it over here for Thanksgiving, you'll be my guest. But for now, oh, my wife, she hasn't had this. Oh, she's coming by later. Still got plenty. I think I'm going to have another glass of margarita, maybe 2 glasses of margarita. There'll still be plenty left over for my wife. Oh, this is so good. Folks, let me tell you, if you ever get a chance to go to Curacao, you got to get Curacao Blue, which actually comes in different colors. It's all the same flavor, because I have Curacao Orange, but guess what? Same flavor. It's just the natural food coloring makes it a different color. So let me just enjoy it. I mean, I think this is definitely the best margarita I've ever had, and probably the most refreshing drink of any kind I've ever had. It's just so delicious. I just love the way it melts also. That's another factor. Oh, especially on a warm day. Warm Florida day. See you later.